Hi guys, it's CalamitiesDawn here and welcome to another episode of Minecraft 121 where we continue on doing some building and such as... that makes no sense. Where we continue doing some building. Pretty much I wanted to build a train station. This will be one of many to come. But pretty much I wanted to build a train station because on stream I wanted to put some pandas down somewhere, and then I decided, well, if I'm going to collect a whole bunch of pandas, why don't I just make a zoo? But I didn't want to just have the zoo willy-nilly anywhere. I wanted it not too far from the base but not too close. And then I thought it'd be a fun idea to build a train station so that we have like a cool transportive way to get there. In the process of building this train station though, I had multiple of those creeper blasts. I only kept one in the video though because I have to admit the anger I felt editing this video and remembering how often those creepers blew up the tunnel, it angered me. That anger was still very much present. So I decided I was only going to keep one in, and I decided that because we still don't have the flashback mod working or replay mod working, that I'm just going to try and do snippets of the builds and then use free cam to capture footage like this of what we've done after. Now with the tunnel on the zoo side being a bit more prominent out of the hill, I decided I was going to try and lightly terraform it to make it look like it was built into the hill. After doing that, I decided I wanted to do something else, and I decided it was time to do some pathing. Now, we only have the path from the nether portal to the bridge to the nether portal, and then we've got the nether portal up to the fountain. But I decided it was time for more pathing, just so that when I eventually decide to actually put the paths in, I know where they're gonna have to go. And it just makes things look a bit more connected, and it also gives me a frame of what can be built where, because we've got a couple of other projects that I have planned and I just don't know where I'm going to build them at the minute. So having that there was the way of helping me know where I've got to do stuff. So you would have seen in the previous one that there may not have been these there, and that's because I've removed them. So I originally built these because I wanted to have all of the vegetables and fruits from Croptopia to have their own little spot. But I've now since decided that, for one, I don't like this multiple glass dome idea. I was originally going to do a glass dome island. That didn't come through. Then I did these glass dome little areas and decided that wasn't going to do. So I've just completely ripped them out for another project that's going to go there instead. And then decided that I didn't like the way that I had originally just put out this big dirt slab, which was originally going to be where the barn was, or barn stable, whatever you want to call it. So I originally had just put out this massive long dirt slab, and it's been sitting here since like episode 1 with nothing being done. So I decided to terraform that in. I then finally settled on the fact that I'm going to have a cliffside area where pretty much this side of the town or the village will be the port, and I wanted to make a cliff so that top section there all fits. I then decided as well that the island that's just over from the cliff needs to go, because if I'm going to have this area as a port, I kind of don't want the island there because it gives off a very shallow river, and I want it to look more like it's a very open area that they can get into. I then decided I was done terraforming or destroying that island for the moment, so I was going to come up and fill in the cliffside. I decided not to fill it in properly because I couldn't have been bothered, and I have that many spare torches that I thought it's fine, I'll just light it up and just cover it over. And so this is what it looks like at the minute. I will go back in and eventually add stone and gravel and whatever to make it look more uniform, but for the moment that's fine. After all that, I went back and I completely ripped out that island. I'm now currently, and I'm still not done as of this episode being released, I am still not done fixing the water, but the fact that it is all flowing in different directions is something I've had to fix because I don't like it. It looks terrible. So this is what you can see me doing at the minute, is trying to fix the water going in multiple directions because I just pulled it all apart. So this is a video showing how I've terraformed that one section to sort of make it look normal, and this is the area that we're going to have a couple of other projects built into. That's where the farms used to be. But, you know. I then took some footage from stream because we have a couple of things that got done on stream that I didn't record, obviously, because I was streaming it, and I decided I wanted it in the video to make more premise of what we're doing. So I went on a massive mob hunt. Some of these guys will have enclosures by the end of the video and some will not. I do have a panda enclosure and I do have an ocelot enclosure, which you will see at the end of the episode. But I went and grabbed a panda. I do have a sickly panda. I don't have the footage for it. So I must have gotten it off camera and I wasn't aware, or I did get it on camera and I just can't seem to find it. I don't know. But we do get a sickly panda. I just don't have footage of it. I then, while looking for more pandas in case if we were lucky to get a brown panda, which I know is really, really rare, decided to go into this like new and improved jungle temple. I don't know. I've never seen one of these before. I don't know what mod it's from, but it was quite interesting to go through and have a look and see what it did. When I went down, I heard that pressure plate go off and I thought something was going to explode, but nothing happened. So I don't know if something was meant to happen, but it didn't happen. And then I gave up on the parkour like within 5 seconds because I realized I suck at parkour. I tried, but I gave up pretty quickly and just started digging things out the way so I could get out because I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't. Parkour is not my thing. I also decided it was a good idea to just run straight through a blank room and think nothing bad was going to happen. I don't know. Good thing I had a spare block because I was able to just patch that hole up and make my way through. I then came to the puzzle room. Now, I'm really proud of myself. I actually managed to do the puzzles without needing to look it up. And I hate these puzzles. I hate these puzzles with a passion. Like, in real life, if you were to give me one of these puzzles, I would literally tell you no, because I can't stand them. But for some reason, this one particular stream, it all clicked and I got it very, very quickly. Quickly, I put in air quotations. But I managed to do it with both sides after sort of figuring out the best way to do it. I don't know if it was the way that it was positioned or what, but I got it and I got it all sorted. And I managed to unlock the treasure room that's in the middle. Now, the treasure room that's in the middle, like, it's... I was like, okay, this has got to be a trap. But I got a whole bunch of emeralds and gold from it, which was great. After that, I went back home and named the pandas. So we have Sniffles for our weekly panda. And Snaggles is the normal panda we have. I then went and started doing some terraforming on the zoo, which I still need to do a fair bit more of because I have a lot to clear out and level out. Because I want to have it all level. But then from there I decided, I've dug out a decent enough section. I'm going to just try and build an enclosure. Now, I must preface, I am not good at building. I've never built animal enclosures before. I don't really know how they are built, even though I've been to like a zoo several times because of my my eldest child. I was going to say youngest, but the youngest hasn't been to a zoo yet. So you'd think with how often I go to the zoo that I'd know what they look like, but my memory just doesn't serve me. And to be honest, I don't need to be building a realistic enclosure. It's a game. So I wanted to just take that sort of edge off of myself and be like, hey, it's a game. Stop stressing. Just build what you think looks nice. Now, I kind of just filled the rest of this in with dirt because I didn't want them getting out. I wanted them to have an enclosure before I ended out stream. So I just chucked dirt in and I thought, right, I'll deal with it later, which I do. I do deal with it later. I then come back in and I decide to do some of these lattice fences because I feel like it gives it more of a closed in but also a free flowing vibe. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's sort of where I'm at. In terms of this enclosure, I actually have to add 2 more things to it. I have to add some like shrubbery and greenery at the bottom of it. I'll sort of figure out how to do that. And I also want to build some custom jungle trees. Now, I have been in my own time figuring out how to build those in a way that I think would look nice and such. So that those will eventually go in just in time. So we decided to name Sniffles, obviously because they're a sickly panda, and Snaggles. I don't know, I kind of wanted the names to be similar or sound similar or just in that same group. After doing the enclosure, I decided, right, I'm now going to do the platform for the train station because the train station's pretty much done. I just need rails and I need to do another set of railing that will go through the cave. The cave will have its own little tunnel that will go through that will lead to another area, which I don't know what I'm going to build in that area. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm just not sure yet. But I decided to build the platform so that we could slowly start ramping up the train station and make it look more organized before I go too in depth with the zoo, because I think the train station should be done first before the zoo's done. Will that happen? To be completely honest, I don't know. I know that I'm quite the type of person to get distracted very easily. As such, I actually went to go get a whole bunch of acacia wood and came across a shrine. Now, shrines are a modded dungeon from the Dungeons and Taverns mod, I believe. And so it's kind of like a trial chamber, but there's different amounts of shrines, like different level shrines. This one was a level 3 shrine, I believe. And this is a particular scene where I get really frustrated because I have done at least 8 shrines personally in my own time, and I have used the shrine key, and each time it has never worked. Never. I could not get the key to work at all in any of the vaults in these shrines. And so in this particular stream, I was like, hey, it's not going to work. I used the key, and it worked. I don't know if maybe they were bugged before. Maybe they were, I don't know, but I was just unlucky, and this time it worked. I continued through the shrine and killed some more breezes. Some of the shrines will also have different creatures. They won't always have a breeze. This one was purely just breezes, which was fine. Had no problem with that. I ended up grabbing another key, mind you. And to my shock, that one worked as well. So I think maybe in my luck, I might have just been unlucky and the previous ones were bugged. I'm not sure. But after that, we go back and we finish off the platform for the train station because it needed to look a particular way and I wanted it finished. But this is a video just showing what's been done since. And that's all I've done for this episode. I hope you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.